Saw this wild list on LinkedIn the other day, ranking the toughest professional exams, and I was shocked. The PMP for project management was ranked as the second hardest in the entire IT world. That seems intense for what I thought was just about making charts.
Right? And that's the key to understanding it. In 2026, the Project Management Professional Certification, or PMP, is still the absolute gold standard for anyone leading projects. We're talking over 1 million people globally who have it. It's the credential that gets you the big salary bump and the keys to major corporate initiatives.
So it's more than just a line on a resume.
Oh, much more. The reason it's so respected is that brutal exam. It's not just a test. It's a grueling 2-3-0 minute endurance run. It proves you can handle the triple threat of managing people, complex processes, and business strategy all at once. In today's market, companies aren't just looking for people who know the tools. They want the PMP because it proves you've survived a standard of rigor that most people fail. It's an elite filter.
I see. It's the ultimate filter. But you can't just walk in and take the test. I hear there's a strict barrier to entry before you even see a single exam question.
Exactly. You have to earn your spot. PMI, the institute that runs it, has some really strict milestones.
Okay, so what do you need?
If you have a 4-year degree, you need to prove you have 36 months of project management experience. If you only have a high school diploma, that requirement jumps to 60 months. And on top of that, everyone, no matter their background, has to complete 35 hours of formal project management training to even be eligible.
Wow. So that's 3 to 5 years in the trenches before you can even apply.
It's essentially a flight log for managers. They want battle-tested leaders. You can't just study your way into this. You have to prove you've actually been leading the charge in the real world for years before they'll even look at your application.
Got it. So once you've logged those hours and finished your training, you're ready for the actual beast, the exam itself. What does that look like?
It's a 3 hour and 50 minute gauntlet. The questions are broken down into 3 areas: 50% on the technical process, a huge 42% on managing people, and the last 8% on the business environment.
And what about the cost?
It runs about 462 pounds for non-members. But here's the pro tip. Becoming a PMI member makes the exam cheaper, and it gives you free access to the PM Buck Guide, which is basically the Bible for this exam.
That 42% on people is really surprising. It feels like the focus has shifted.
It absolutely has. And here's the even bigger shift. Half the exam is now based on Agile or hybrid approaches. In 2026, if you're still only thinking in traditional step-by-step waterfall charts, you're going to fail. They want to see if you can pivot, adapt, and lead a modern tech team.
That makes sense. It's a different world.
It is. And here's the real aha moment about the test design. They now build in 2-1-0 minute breaks. They recognize that mental fatigue is one of the biggest reasons people fail. So passing is as much about managing your energy as it is about knowing the answers.
So you pass the exam, you celebrate, but the clock starts ticking immediately because the PMP isn't a forever deal, right?
Not at all. The PMP has an expiration date. Every 3 years, you have to prove you're still growing by earning 60 professional development units, which is basically 60 hours of professional development activities like taking courses, volunteering, or even just doing your job.
And I assume there's a fee for that.
A renewal fee, yes. But again, it's much cheaper if you're a PMI member. It's their way of making sure a PMP from 2026 isn't using outdated tricks in 2030. You have to stay in the loop or you lose the title. It's like a subscription to expertise.
So if we had to boil this all down for someone thinking about taking the plunge, what are the absolute must-know takeaways?
Okay, 4 things. First, the 2026 exam is a 50/50 split between traditional predictive methods and modern agile or hybrid styles. You have to know both. Second, you need those flight hours before you can even apply. 3 to 5 years of real experience plus 35 hours of formal training. Third, the financial hack. Just join PMI. It lowers your exam fee and gives you the main study guide for free. And finally, remember, it expires. This isn't a one and done deal. You have to log 60 hours of learning every 3 years to keep it.
It's a continuous journey, but for those who want to be at the top of their field, it sounds like it's the only path worth taking.